You may be seated. Welcome. A reminder that there's a concert coming up on January 25th at 7 p.m. when the person who gave us Blue Boat Home will be in concert here at First Universalist. Don't forget to get your tickets. Good morning and welcome on this blustery Minnesota morning to First Universalist. Minneapolis, welcome to all of you who made your way through the cold in the bright, beautiful sunshine, and to all of you who are joining us online. My name is Amy K. Bryant. I am the lead artist here at First Universalist. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and it is a privilege to be in community with you all this morning. As a reminder of our shared breath, that we share air, we're going to take 3 breaths together now. I have a friend who has an elder in his family who lived to be over 100 years old. And when asked how he made it that long, he would say, "Boy, air is good." Let us remember that we have the gift of our breath and that we are interconnected through the air that we share. How we care for ourselves is also how we care for each other and for our world, this blue boat we call home. So welcome, and thank you for being in community together this morning as our final act of community for this in-gathering, not for the day. Please take a moment to make eye contact if that's easy for you, with someone that maybe you don't know. And if you can, would you please share your name and your pronouns if you like? Not all the people you don't know. And not your life story. It is wonderful to be able to connect with each other. And now we will light our chalice. And we will say the words that we use when we light our chalice. Together, please. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. We're singing this like we don't know how to sing it.
I'm not.
We're singing this like we think that singing is just done with your voice. No, I said especially not this song, right?
Oh, no.
I think it's at least with your hands and with your whole body, maybe
Yeah.
with the attitude that you bring into the room.
Absolutely.
You might sing it like you're glad to be at church,
Or alive.
or glad to be in a warm place in negative 11-degree weather. Hey,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. Okay, this little light of mine.
Sing it with your whole body. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh yeah.
Good morning. I'm Allison Connolly Vetter. I'm the Director for Children, Youth, and Families Programming here at First Universalist Church. And today we are stepping into the great story of everything. So that's the stars, the earth, life, and us. Imagine the timeline of the entire universe stretching across this sanctuary. That's what we call this room, this sanctuary. From the first spark of light to this very moment. So we're going to actually act out the timeline of the universe together with our bodies. Each step that we'll take will cover millions or billions of years. As we move, I'll guide us through some of the most amazing moments in time. If you're able, I invite you to stand now and find a place where you can walk. You might go into the aisle, you might come up here, maybe you want to walk in place in your pew, or you can walk yourself along your arm with your fingers, or you can take steps in your mind's eye. But I invite you into this walk of the timeline of the universe. So here's where everything begins. 13.8 billion years ago, there was nothing. Then a burst of energy brings light into the darkness. Show me the burst. Burst of energy brings light into the darkness. Galaxies form, stars are born, and their light begins its endless journey through space. Some of that light, do you see it through the windows? It's still reaching us today. So take a step to represent the billions of years. It might be a big step. It might be multiple steps. We're stepping into the story of the universe. Feel the magnitude of this moment, that step. 1 billion years have passed. The stars begin their work. They shine brightly. They live their lives. And then they explode, creating the elements that we need for life. Carbon, oxygen, iron, everything that makes us comes from these exploding hearts of stars. Look at your hands, look at your body, the iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones. These were forged in a star. So we're moving through another 1 billion years. Show me that with your body. A step, that's 1 billion years, a step. So now the earth begins to form, a fiery spinning ball in space. The moon appears, it pulls on the ocean, creates the rhythms of tide and time. Rain falls, show me the rain falls. It creates rivers and fills the ocean, and the earth becomes a home. Pause here, see how you're connected to the ground. This carpet connects to the floor below, it connects deeper into the earth, deep, deep, deep. This ground has felt all the storms and sunrises that this earth has ever known. We've got another big step. Show me a big step into the story of the planet. The oceans, we're in the oceans. Show me under the sea. We're in the oceans, the waters above us. Something extraordinary is happening. The tiny cells, the first life comes into being. These small ancestors, invisible to the eye, they start the chain of life that leads to everything that's now alive, including us. Now we're stepping into life on land. Show me your step to life on land. Something so small in the oceans carries so much potential. And now we're on land. Plants are spreading their roots. Show me the plants are spreading their roots. The forests rise, animals explore. The earth is a place of creativity and growth. Look around the forest of this sanctuary. Every tree you've seen, every creature that's ever existed connects to this moment right now. All right, we're getting to humans. Step forward boldly, like time once did, and here we are. Humans appear. A tiny, tiny dot on the huge timeline of the universe. Our ancestors are creating fire, they're sharing stories, they're dreaming of what's possible. They look up at the stars, see the stars, they look up at the stars. They see themselves connected to something huge. Think about it. If this sanctuary, this room here, is the timeline of all of history, all of human history fits into a tiny speck at the end. So take the smallest step you can. We have reached now, January 2025. The stars, the earth, and our ancestors all live in us in this moment. Every breath we take a breath. Every breath we take connects to all those who've breathed before us, plants, animals, humans. And every action we choose shapes the next step. This story continues through you and everyone here. What will you add to it? What light will you carry forward? Take one last step that represents what you will bring to this timeline, this history. You may return to your seats, carrying this truth. We are stardust, earth and ancestors, alive and shaping the next chapter of the great story. This is your place in time. We are so little and so much. What you do here matters.
One thing that surprises me most about working for a church that gives me the most joy is how often we talk about stars and clouds. Really, because that means I get to play space music all the time. I love playing space music. It's a time now and always, but particularly now, where we focus on the ways that we give to one another to keep our community and our work for justice, love, and liberation alive in the world. We start with a word from our Board of Trustees, and specifically from Matt Keller. Matt.
Some music, please? No, I'm kidding. A little Star Trek-y something would be nice. Good morning. My name is Matt Keller. He, him. And I have been a member of First U since 2009. I am also on the Board of Trustees as its secretary. Now is usually the time during pledge season when we give testimonials about the value of this church in our lives. To encourage you to make your financial commitment. I will do that, but I'm going to talk this morning about a way you can give back that is in addition to a financial contribution. And this is through signing up to take the IDI assessment, Intercultural Development Inventory. The purpose of this assessment is to help a person or group make sense of and respond to cultural differences. The IDI can help you understand where you are in relation to others, and what actions you can take to be able to connect more deeply with people from other cultures. There's a hint. We are all from different cultures, whether or not you can see that by looking at us. The Board of Trustees took the IDI over a year ago. We each received our own results, as well as the board as a whole. The results include where you fall on a continuum of cultural awareness from denial to adaptation. In the middle is minimization, and that's where I landed. Minimization is where you de-emphasize differences between cultures. You focus on commonalities. Well, what's so wrong about that? Well, there's nothing inherently wrong about finding commonalities, But if that's all that is focused on, you miss the richness and variety of how others live and experience the world. I found this very eye-opening about myself. I am now aware of how I reflexively approach others and their cultures. I think a big driver of my minimization is that I don't want to appear ignorant, asking questions from a different culture, how they celebrate a wedding, a holiday, a funeral, asking them how they experience church, this community, this country. A big part of my minimization is based on fear. What am I really afraid of? I think I'm afraid of change and of changing. So, where am I now? A year into my learning, it's becoming clearer how I have operated my whole life, and I am working through the individual plan that the IDI provides, as well as working in the board and eventually working in this congregation. I know this very necessary effort will take the rest of my life. It's like I have lived in a box with a lid that has many latches all the way around, and now maybe 2 latches have been opened and I can peek outside my box and see a bigger world. Many times I pull the lid back down and stay in my smaller world, and sometimes I undo another latch and see an ever-expanding world. I deeply encourage all of you to take the IDI. It's a gift to learn more about yourself, and it's a gift you can give to your friends, family, First You, and beyond. Why wouldn't we all want to undo our latches and flip our lids? Maybe on this eve of inauguration more than ever, we need to learn new ways to connect with each other across differences. The IDI and what I'm learning is one of the many ways that First Universalist has enriched my life greatly these last 15 years, spiritually, intellectually, socially. I have trouble imagining what it would be like to not have First You as part of my life. So when the call goes out from the pulpit to make a financial commitment, I reflect on all that I have received here and respond in equal measure. What have you received from First You? What is your equal measure?
Thank you, Matt. When I was a kid, I was in a class of 4th and 5th graders, and we were told that we were going to watch a movie. I was very excited. Well, we were told we were going to watch the TV. That was technically what it was. Earlier in that month, my stepfather came up to me and he said, Glenn, Louis Farrakhan from the Nation of Islam says that there is going to be a 1,000,000-man march. Anybody remember this? Yeah, a 1,000,000-man march. There will be 1,000,000 men, and you and I are going. Now, I had perfect attendance at school. So, and when you were at school, when you got perfect attendance, you got a certificate. And each new year you got another perfect attendance, the certificate grew. And I was in 5th grade. I wanted my big certificate. So I said to my stepfather with my, 10-year-old self, well, you may be going to the 1,000,000-man march, but we are not going to the 1,000,000-man march. I don't know who told you that. So, yeah. He asked and asked. I didn't relent. And I went to school that day while my father and my grandfather and several of my uncles went to the 1,000,000-man march. And there, my teacher, Ann Custis, walks in with a TV and she says, we're going to watch the TV. And she pushes it in. And I'm so excited for the movie that we're going to see. And she says, we are going to watch the 1,000,000-man march. And sure enough, she turns on the TV, and what I remember is seeing a helicopter overhead looking down with a camera on a sea of black faces. And that day, there was a sea on the mall in Washington of everything that they stood for. The news came from their collection. And because liberation and love were in their intent, liberation and love were on the news. I'm thinking a lot about the mall in Washington today. I'm thinking a lot about famous marches in the mall. I'm thinking a lot about Martin Luther King. I'm thinking about the communities that were behind him, because no one does anything alone. In the same way, now is your opportunity, one of many. But this is the latest. If you can give, we are assembling dollars and cents. We're assembling them just like the collection at the mall in Washington. We're assembling them so that love and liberation have a collective voice in our efforts. And I can't do it alone, and neither can you, but together we can make a difference that makes the news. The news of our hearts, the news of the actual world. So, if you can give, then I ask you to give when the ushers come to receive the morning's offering. And if you're in a place where you need to receive, you're having trouble making ends meet, we reserve funds to make sure that we can say yes to that moment for you. Giving and receiving are a pair. They are of equal dignity and they are of equal necessity in community. So find me, find one of the leaders, and we'll help you start that conversation to get you what you need. You don't have to be alone. No one does. The ushers will now come and receive the morning's offering. I thank you in advance for your generosity.
While the ushers collect our offering, I offer an offering of my own, which is a song that I have written about the universe. It tells the story that we told with our bodies earlier, just with slightly different words. And as you listen, I invite you to locate yourself in this story. Where are you? What is resonating? Our skin is the stuff of the stars. Our breath is the breath of the dinosaurs. The water in this blood of ours turns mountains into dust. We circle around the sun, living lives in a world that's just begun. And when our time living lives in the world is done, we return into the dust. Ooh, we return into the dust. Ooh, we are so little and so much. As the universe expands, we do our best to the best we can, 'cause all there is all there's ever been, and that will be enough. Ooh, we return into the dust. Ooh, we are so little and so much. As the universe expands, we do our best to the best we can, 'cause all there is all there's ever been, and that will be enough. That will be enough, and that is enough.
And now we enter into a time of prayer. Prayer in our community is practicing attention to the present moment and speaking aloud our joys and sorrows. So I invite you all to feel the pew under your bottoms. Allow yourself to get grounded in the space. Take one cleansing breath, and we will open our circle to begin. Hearing joys and sorrows to which we all respond. You are not alone. We are holding it together. The circle is open now. For your daughter who's having surgery this Friday, you are not alone. We are holding it together. For Jenny's brother in Ohio with Parkinson's, you are not alone. We are holding it together. Yes, for bright sunlight on this bitterly cold winter Minnesota day, you are not alone. We are holding it together. For Chris, who is undergoing his 5th cancer surgery, you are not alone. We are holding it together. For our unhoused family who are suffering through the oppression of lack of empathy for their situation, you are not alone. We are holding it together. Carol Hinker is having hip surgery again this week to improve her mobility. We lift her up in prayer. You are not alone. We are holding it together. Dallas Rising asked for positive energy to be sent to her neighbor, Andrea, who was attacked by 4 strangers this week after coming home from her routine outreach. She works with unhoused people, and there are ways to support her in this time. There is a GoFundMe. You can find Dallas, or you can check in the Breeze app or speak with one of the ministers here to help get you connected in a way to collaborate in the effort to support Andrea at this time. For Andrea, who suffered an assault, you are not alone. We are holding it together. Nikki Townsend asks for your thoughts and prayers and support as she navigates traveling, being with family, and the finality of her mom's life. You are not alone. We are holding it together. Our prayers are with Reverend Jen and Loretta and their whole family. Loretta's dad, Ed Butch Mitchell, died yesterday. You are not alone. We are holding it together. Please also pray for the person who is arriving to us tomorrow through the Pink Haven Coalition. Today. Oh, sorry. Today. Okay. Keep that in mind. We pray for their safe passage and arrival, and for love to surround them in this transition. We pray that we are the ones that they need us to be in this important moment. You are not alone. We are holding it together. For your sister's friend who had a seizure, you are not alone. We are holding it together. Yeah, for the Middle East, you are not alone. We are holding it together. May these prayers, spoken and unspoken, be met with peace, love, and strength. Amen. Ashe.
What's something you do every day that feels special or important? Think of one. Going to the bathroom. What's that? Going to school, yes. Yes. Morning coffee. Eating dinner with your family, yeah. A candle at dinner. I light candles in the evening when the sun goes down, every evening, all over my apartment. Sharing a story before bed. These are all saying I love you before you leave the house. These are all rituals. These are all rituals. A ritual is something that we do to mark what matters. It's not just about the action. It's about what the action means. When we light a candle, we're making space for something sacred. When we say certain words, we're connecting to something bigger than ourselves. Rituals are powerful because they connect us to the people around us, to the past, and to the future. When we take part in a ritual, we are doing something others have done before us, and that others will do long after us. And so we're connected with them and all of the people around them. It's like being part of a story that never ends. Today's ritual is about remembering. We'll light candles and speak the names of those who came before us. We'll remember with purpose those who have died in our circles of care. We mean this ritual to remind us that their love and their lessons are still part of our lives. They still guide us forward.
We'll take a moment now to name those from our community who have died this past year. These are people we loved. They were part of this church, this family of faith. We call their names to remember they are still part of us. Bill Schuster, Julie Allen, Reverend Jen's dad, Cliff, Marilyn Engfer, Stan's wife, Jerry, Marilyn, Susan Hoffman's mom, Jan Eller Isaacs, Martha Bird's beloved service dog, Pam Barry's sister, Nancy, Paolo Dubuque's mother, Adelina Kung, Bob Hammer, Joanna Lees, Cyril Hawes, John William Fry, Ani Lund, Jerome Brophy, Beth Guthrie, Kathy Apostle, Corey Hobbs, Willis Dane, Gary Hoover's father, Carol Brophy, Dorothy Sylvester, Bob Friedman's brother, Clem Tucker, Maria Janae, Nancy Brown, David Novak, Shirley Snyder, Ken Heidelberg, Pamela Clinton, Ginny Willie, Gail Hansen, Nancy Yoder, Gabe Mersey, Emiliano Enriquez, Rita Franchette, Maureen Gordon. If you know of a member or friend of this community whose name has not yet been called, I welcome you to speak their name aloud now and bear witness to their presence in our community. Each name is a life. Each life is a story. They are our ancestors now, and they remind us of how we too are part of something much bigger. There is one place where time and death have no power. That place is love. These names, these lives live there now, held in love forever.
There are two Zulu words from the Zulu people in the southern part of the African continent. The words are Sasha and Zamani. Would you say them with me? Sasha, like Beyonce's alter ego. Sasha and Zamani. Yes. The Sasha are the ancestors who the living remember. The ones we are remembering now, those would be the Sasha. The Zamani are what the Sasha become once the living who remember them have died. They are the ones remembered by the ones who are remembered by the living. And on it goes in circles. From our chalice cup with the flame we light 2 candles now. One candle is one we call the candle of impermanence. What a name. What a great, great word that is. It's a big word that just reminds us that we are always changing. We are always changing. Our bodies, our minds, our souls, our spirits, our connections are always changing form. And we light another for all of those Zamani, all we have memorialized before, all we will remember in generations of the future. To them, we are connected with the candles we light. And now it's time for us to join the work. It's one thing to have someone name a name for you. It's another thing to get your hands on the ritual yourself, get your voice on the ritual yourself. This is where all the power is. When you're ready, if you have someones you'd like to remember out loud on purpose, I invite you to come forward through the outer aisles, and we'll go back to our seats through the inner aisles. Take a candle, light it, and place your candle carefully in the sand tray. You can say the name of a person if you wish. You may say the name of a loved one if you wish, which gives me occasion to remind you that this service is not merely limited to the human species, that all your love is honored here. Last year we had many cats who were remembered, which was such a very tender and beautiful thing. All the love that comes to you is a part of who you are. So it is honored here and lifted up. If we can light a candle for you, please raise your hand or signal to us, and we will make sure that we get one of us to you, and we'll be glad to help you in this time. For the young ones, grown-ups are here to help. Let them help you. For the grown-ups are here to help you. Let them help you. We do this in community. We do this together. We learn from each other. One last thing. Grief is singular. It's not linear at all. It moves differently in each of us. And so if companionship, if someone to share, to give an ear, or to lend their heart in company with you would be helpful, all of us are available, but particularly I want to introduce you to Reverend Laura, who is, yes, Reverend Laura is going to be around and very present to you if we can be available in that way. Please let us be available in that way. Now's the time. I invite you. Help us to kindle the flames.
My friend Marty. My Uncle Bill. I do too. My Uncle Mike. Amanda Sue.
My dad. Edward Karen. My godfather Cyril. My 30-plus year neighbor Maureen. And my 33-plus year friend Terry. My childhood mentor from my church in Illinois passed away this year at 100 years old.
Wow.
My mother, Arlene.
You are not alone. I am here beside you. You are not alone. I am here now. You are not alone. I am here beside you. You are not alone. I am here now. I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you. I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you. I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you. I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you. I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you. I will be your standing stone. I will stand by you.
For each light, a name. For each name, a story yet unfolding. May each light remind us of the love for them that lives in us. This light, this name, these stories will grow and carry on in the ways we remember, in the ways we care for one another, and in the light we carry forward.
We've lit these candles not just to remember the people we've lost, but to remind ourselves. Not just to remember the ones that we've loved, but to remind ourselves how connected we are to them, to each other, to those who come before and after us. We belong to each other, to the great web of life that holds all things, and so may we go with love and courage always. May we trust that the light, these lights, will be part of what guides us now and always. And I mean that quite seriously, that they might guide us. Because, as the song says, and it's true, we are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there, and we will get there, heaven knows how we will get there, but we know it will be hard. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. We are going. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going. But we know. And we will get there. And we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. But we know. Oh yeah, yeah. This has always been a symbol. The light go with you. Go in peace, my friends. Amen. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.